Hello, this is Deslob student coming at you with a awesome project that I am so proud of. I wanted to share with you a cleaning my bedroom goal that I had. Of course, I didn't feel like I could accomplish it in one evening. I felt like it was just too daunting of a task, so I've told myself I would clean for just 5 minutes. And the first night was Tuesday, and I'm cleaning up for just 5 minutes. And sure enough, I find something that I had been looking for forever. Once I found it, I didn't feel like cleaning anymore, so I cleaned some more the next night. Why don't you listen here, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Hey. Hey.
Brooklyn! Oh my gosh.
What do you owe?
I'm sorry. Come here! Yep. That's right.
Leaning on the floor.
I found the darn purple cell phone.
Take it. Dad did not do anything.
Brooklyn didn't have to clean her
And
room.
as I mentioned here,
Mom did.
Mom said she would.
it was not my daughter's fault. It was mine. My daughter didn't need to clean her room. I needed to clean my room. We had cleaned her room several times, and it obviously wasn't there.
Grandma got a new phone. Or Grandma got a new phone.
Oh my gosh. I am like so mad! Yes, Matthew? Yes.
Where do you found it?
Right here.
Your fault.
Oh my
Dad
god.
didn't have it. Dad didn't take it. Dad didn't do
And
anything.
everybody was blaming it on me.
Alright, so Wednesday was the next night. I said, I don't want to clean the room for 5 minutes. And I'm like, well, Crystal, you set out to start. You might as well do some more. So I did another 5-minute cleaning. Although my 5 minutes turned into 10 minutes, which I believe ended up turning into 20 minutes. I don't remember how long this one took. And I just kept going and going. And it's still not done on Wednesday night, but that's the key, is if you work on it a little bit every night, it gets easier and easier. And sometimes I can only bend over for so long, and sometimes I need a break, and obviously a flashlight. So I felt like this was a good accomplishment to try to get as much stuff as I could get done. Here I'm using a broom to hook my camera onto. Later on in the week, my husband bought me a tripod so I didn't have to struggle with trying to keep the camera from falling. It was constantly falling. I grabbed a bag and I just picked up the trash off the floor. And I was having a hard time seeing because it's so dark in my room. My ceiling fan only lights up so much. And it was late at night and I felt like going to bed, but I decided to clean up anyway. And then my husband's like, why didn't you just use that light? And I'm like, oh, you're right. That would have been good. And that's a story of my life. I always think of great ideas at the last minute. Too late. Oh, that's my daughter's business card there. So, yeah, I felt like I accomplished a lot by getting this floor cleaned up on Wednesday. But, of course, there was still much more to clean up. And my husband was so impressed the next morning when he went to go to the closet to get his clothes, because he didn't have to climb over my stuff to get to the closet. And I'd have to say it was the first time really in a long time since he could say he could do that. One of these days I'm going to have a video where I clean out underneath my bed. Not in this video. I was really only cleaning where I could see, and that's as far as I wanted to clean. I think it was looking pretty good. I know that I had to get rid of that bag that had my stuff I had tailored. Because I'm such a short person, I had to get my pants hemmed. But yeah, 10:39 and I got done. And that was Wednesday. So on Thursday, as you can see, it's 11:04. I did not feel like cleaning at all. I was supposed to be in bed already, and I says, you know what, I'm just going to do 5 minutes. What 5 minutes of my bedroom can I do? And I'm like, I'll just clean off this table. And I'll be honest with you, most of this stuff just went into another pile in another section of the room. But the part that I found amazing was I found my daughter's tablet. So not only did I lose her cell phone, but I also lost her tablet by not cleaning my room. And she was in trouble and grounded for several days because of losing both of those. So I'm sorry, baby girl. Both of those were my fault. If I would have cleaned my room, you wouldn't have been grounded. I owe her big time. But yeah, once I got this table cleaned off, it looked so much nicer on my side of the bed. And I found so many things I hadn't seen in forever. Friday we had gone to a friend's house, so we didn't get back till late. So as you can see, it's 1 minute before midnight. I want to go to bed, but I'm like, nope, I gotta do 5 minutes of my bedroom. Even if it's something small, I gotta do 5 minutes. So I knew my husband wasn't quite ready to go to sleep, so I turned on the lights and I went towards the closet, and oh yeah, there's my trash bag. And I started working towards getting at least some part of that closet area cleaned up. The part that my husband was kind of irritated with is that all the piles that I was cleaning up just went to the end of the bed. I didn't really take care of them. I kind of just moved them. I did take care of some things, but not really take care of everything. That's the slob in me. I really don't know what to do with messes. I just do my best and tackle it as I can and hope for the best. I have this shark thing on the ground. Can you see it? It's a big pillow in the shape of a shark. And it's supposed to be on the bed, but I really don't have much room for it. We only have a full-size bed. And of course, gotta grab the broom. There's more dog hair, more dust, more dirt. So much better once that's swept up. And I think I'm like having hardwood floors much better than I like having carpet. It's easier to clean up in my opinion. So as I'm working in this room, I noticed that there's a lot of stuff in the closet that probably needs to be gone through, like the boxes and bags and all the things that are just taking up space that you can't really get in there. That's my robe that I haven't used in months because it's been hidden in the closet. And then I decided to start taking stuff off of the vacuum. I was using the vacuum as a coat rack, so I'm taking all my jackets off of the vacuum and hanging them up. I actually thought about buying a coat rack today. I saw one on OfferUp for only $5. I'm not really sure what I grabbed there, but it looked like it was something I needed or wanted. Just garbage and stuff that doesn't belong in there, I guess. Yep, grab the bag. It's so much nicer to watch me go super fast because it was so boring doing it, but it's kind of interesting to watch me go really fast right now. Well, it is in my opinion. I ran out of hangers this weekend as I was hanging stuff up. We didn't really have many hangers to begin with, but we probably should go through the closet and get rid of stuff and donate it so we can get some hangers back. I'm pretty sure I've picked up all the hangers that are out of the closet. There's the shark. And then the suitcase falls over. I need a better place for the suitcase. But I worked for about a half an hour, so I felt like I accomplished a lot in a half an hour. Alright, Saturday I went to work in the morning and then I came home and I put my pajamas on. So it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and you see that pile at the end of the bed? Yeah, all that came from my side of the room. So my husband was saying that it really didn't make much of a difference in the room, it just got shifted. So he's right. So I agreed with him and I started cleaning up that section of the bed. And you see that pile of clothes on that shelf behind me? Yeah, those are all my clothes. My pants, my pajamas, my workout clothes, my swimsuits, everything that's mine. I just pile it up on that shelf. I don't have dresser drawers in my bedroom, so that's where they all go. If they don't get hung up, that's where they go. And it's just getting really bad as I'm looking at it going, I need something better. I need something better to put my clothes into or onto, because all these laundry baskets and everything, it's not working. So I got through all the dirty clothes, separated them into different piles, and it was my goal yesterday to do some laundry, but I didn't do any laundry. My husband's had the washing machine for the last 24 hours, so I've been helping him get his laundry caught up. But yeah, that's my laundry now on my side of the clean bed. Gotta grab the broom. And I only worked for what, 10 minutes? Yeah, I think I did pretty good for 10 minutes. On Sunday, I had some time to finally tackle this section here. As you can see, I didn't really feel like doing anything. I felt like eating. Eating is my go-to coping if I'm not feeling my best. And I have been extremely emotional lately, so I didn't feel like doing anything, but I was determined to at least do some short video. So I needed to take all of the clothes off of this shelf thing, and I needed to make look at that, I'm dancing. And because I have a couple of dressers outside, it was my goal to make space for the dressers. The thing you're going to see here in just a minute about my dressers is that they're outside in a really dirty, cluttered area, and they have all my craft supplies in it. The craft supplies I probably should get rid of, but I have a hoarding tendency to save every little thing. So I was researching a little bit about hoarding, and it says that hoarding often runs in families and can frequently accompany other mental health disorders like depression, social anxiety, bipolar disorder, and impulse control problems. A majority with people with compulsive hoarding can identify another family member who has the problem. And I would agree with that statement because I grew up with a family who didn't keep their house clean. They hoarded a lot of items that they really probably didn't have room in their house for. So their house had tons of junk or brand new items that never came out of the packages, several items that didn't necessarily need to be saved, but they saved them. So I would say that hoarding is definitely a learned behavior, and it's also associated to my depression, and I could see how bipolar disorder could affect hoarding. And my husband has a corner over there that could use a dresser as well, and since I have two of them, I might as well put two dressers in the room. The other causes that causes a person to hoard could be obsessive compulsive disorder, because I do recognize that the biggest reason why I've never tackled this clothing section before is because I have been waiting to find the perfect clothing storage. I want a specific shelf to look a specific way. I want it cheap. I want it available to me quickly. And yet I still haven't done anything with my clothing storage. So today was the day that I didn't care what it looked like. I didn't care if it was perfect or not. I just needed to tackle it and get it done. Here is the backyard patio. It's really messy, really cluttered, filthy, dirty, and those are the dressers, and I'm staring at them like, what the heck am I going to do with all this stuff inside of the dressers? So I grab this box and I start taking stuff out, and I can't believe how many school supplies I found in here, considering the kids are just about ready to go back to school, and their grandparents bought them a bunch of school supplies, so maybe we'll use those next year, I guess. I wasn't really sure what to do with all this stuff, and I was really overwhelmed. So I just did one thing at a time, and honestly, it took me longer than it was supposed to. And I didn't feel like cleaning at all, but I wanted to get some of this stuff into the house. Alright, so this is a little while later because my phone got hot and had to stop. I took all that stuff out of the drawers, and now the drawers are going inside. I'm calling my son to come and take the drawers and put them in my bedroom so that I can carry the dresser into the bedroom. So once I brought the first dresser into the bedroom, I felt that it needed to be wiped down because it had been outside for so long, and dusted off. And the dusting of the dressers is not perfect, but at least it's a little better. Now, my next struggle was to work on the second, and there's all this stuff around it and on it that I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with all the stuff inside of the dresser, and I had a hard time trying to figure this out. That little arrow there tells you that I couldn't find a solution, but my solution was right behind me. I had a bunch of stuff in there. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it all, but that shelf back there I took out. My phone got hot again. And I took all of the little things I had been hoarding. You see all those little coffee containers? I thought I would create a cute little gifts for people. And of course, I've never actually done anything with them, and I've had them for about 7 years. So my daughter said that she wanted to make some money, and so I told her she could help me. And the stuff I'm taking out, she's going to put in a basket and take it over to my storage shed. My storage shed has my crafts and supplies and things that I'm hoarding in there, so I'm trying to take all the clutter out of the house and organize it somewhat in my storage shed. So most of these drawers here are filled with cards, handmade cards, envelopes, birthday cards, greeting cards, just all kinds of cards. And I wasn't really sure how I was going to take all this stuff out of the dresser in an organized fashion and put it in my shed. So we just found some containers and we took it to the shed. Another thing that I researched on Google was what causes a person to be a hoarder. And it talks about how it can be an OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, which I identify a lot with. The obsessive compulsive disorder may not look the same in everybody. Mine tends to be that if I can't do it perfectly, I don't want to do it at all. If I don't have everything that I need at my fingertips, I don't even want to start. My daughter and I taking the basket of stuff to the shed, and I told her it was her job to empty the basket, so she's putting everything on that shelf that you saw behind me a few minutes ago. But what they're saying about obsessive compulsive disorder is that if you're obsessed with stuff, like collecting stuff or a certain type of stuff, or you feel like you're going to use it someday, or you feel like you're very unable to let go, that's kind of an obsessive disorder, compulsive disorder. And that's what I don't really know if that's what I have. I don't want to say it, I do. But I do think she's slacking on the job for several minutes. I don't know. She's cute. She's only 9. So anyways, the obsessive compulsive part in me is that I have a hard time letting go of things. I have a hard time purging. But here I am back in my room, putting all my clothes away, and I recognize that I don't have enough space in my dresser for the clothes that I have. So, like Noni would say, get rid of stuff. And if it doesn't fit in its container that it's designed to fit, that means you have too much of it, so you need to purge. And that's a good indicator for me to know that, all right, I'm going to keep the stuff, my soda, I'm going to keep the stuff that is very easy for me to keep. Get rid of the stuff that's not. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.